Welcome to the Onebar and Lupagus Show, your daily source for everything Minnesota Vikings.
All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show. I am Lupagus. Minnesota Vikings continue to tweak and massage their roster, adding an offensive lineman who you may think has a little familiar name. Before we get into him, go over to minigrown.com. Use the promo code SKOLOBL. Get 50% off your order. It's a brand new promo code. Use this thing up so you cannot use it anymore. 50% off. Huge savings from Minigrown. Absolutely fantastic. So check that out. Delicious gummies, delicious drinks as well. Yesterday, the Vikings added running back. Today, they add an offensive lineman. Again, like I said, a name you may be a little bit familiar with, Zack Bailey. If you think, oh my, I think he maybe was on our team once before. You would be right. He was on our team. But to make room for him, the Vikings waived linebacker Max Tooley, who they keep yin-yang and yo-yoing in and out. Poor Max is gone again. But let's talk about Zack Bailey, if he does sound familiar, because he was with the Vikings from 2020, 2021. He was released at final cusp. Let's talk about his entire football journey, because it actually is long. He was an undrafted guy back in 2019. Actually made the Buccaneers as an undrafted free agent. Then he got an injury. He had an injury to his senior year in college. He couldn't fully participate in the combine. Then he was let go by the Bucs. Vikings signed him to their practice squad December of 2020. He made it till camp where they let him go. Then he was picked up by the Colts. Then he went to Washington. Then he went to the Chargers. Then he went to the Falcons. Then he went to the Jets. And now he's back home in Minnesota, filling out our O-line. And he actually does have 2 games that he's appeared in. He played tackle in a game for the Chargers back in 2022. And he appeared in a game for the Jets, I believe, at guard. So he's got some versatility to him. He can swing aside. Primarily, though, he is a guard, which I think he'll be fleshing out some depth for the Vikings in this final preseason game. See how much work he gets. He may be a fourth quarter kind of a body as they give everybody else some rest in this game. Because, I think they know at this point who's making the team, who isn't. Zack Bailey, interesting that he's come this far. He's been on so many damn teams. At least shows that he's still fighting, keeping that dream alive. You got to respect that about old Zach. But yeah, this is a guy that, again, best case for him, maybe he gets, I don't think he ends up on the practice squad. I think he maybe gets his name with the Vikings again to get some injuries. Maybe they look to add him to a futures contract or something at the end of the year, or maybe bring him in at some point in the season if they need some additional offensive line juice at some point. But Zack Bailey, welcome back to the Minnesota Vikings. Max Tooley, goodbye. Thanks for showing up again. And who knows? Probably in a week we'll call you back for one more round with the Vikings. But Zack Bailey, your newest Minnesota Viking. Head over to minigrown.com. Use the promo code SKOLOBL for 50% off your order and keep your skull in your hole.